Okay, good. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is LaQueen Battle. I am doing another book release today from my 2020 publication of First Aid in Politics in Nashville, Music City. Very, very happy to be here today. I wanted to get a little bit more into detail about the book and why I wrote about it. Again, let me go ahead and introduce myself very quickly. One moment. So my name is LaQueen Battle. I am a certified medical assistant, first aid responder here in the city of Boston. I am owner of this charity called Battle First Aid Responder Services. I'm an advocate for affirmative action cases going on right now with Harvard University and the University of North Carolina. I'm also always in the community, always talking to other people about issues that are going on and pertaining to the case. I am pretty much involved in a lot of legalities and a lot of other decisions. I'm trying to become more involved in a lot more community input and a lot more of things that are going on socially in the community. So I'm very, very much happy to be here today. Um, in 2020, 2021 was the 2019, 2020 was the presidential campaign between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I was able during this time frame period, I was able to travel to different cities and different sites, and I was actually able to go out there and be a street medic or street first aid person during these events. And that's kind of why the premise behind me writing um, first aid in politics. So it's just one of the books that I've written, and it was an extreme honor to be able to be out there in between the people on the streets. And there was over one event had over um, a whole bunch of security there on the streets, as well as protesters in Salt Lake City, Utah. Another event in Charlotte, North Carolina had other protesters, which was a smaller crowd. And then another event had protesters. I think it was in Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. That event had over 5,000 people in that crowd. So I was able to do first aid and that event. Particularly, what on the premise of me writing this particular book was at Nashville during Belmont University. Um, Before the Nashville Christmas bombings that happened Christmas Day in Nashville, Tennessee. That happened Christmas Day in Nashville, Tennessee. So I was actually able to write about this event and become a little bit more involved in it and become more um, um, talked about negotiated with it a little bit more, being involved with it and try to figure out where I needed to be and helping out the people and helping out the community as well. So that is kind of why I wrote First Aid in Politics. A great book. It gave a lot of description and details into the book, pictures, some things I saw on site that were a little bit obscure to me. They had Bell University, beautiful campus. It looks just like the White House in Washington, D.C. It looks just like the White House in Washington, D.C. On the other premise, you had big, huge construction issues going all the way down in around the vicinity of Nashville, where the site was hosted, or right across the street. They had construction cones. If you see, look some of the pictures in the book. I didn't include a whole bunch of pictures, but I included a small amount of pictures. They had construction cones going um, into all down the street, like 18th and 19th Avenue, which is right across the corner from Belmont's campus, Southwest campus. They had construction cones and huge big barrels of construction zoning that was really off. The zoning was off, and you have a major presidential debate happening in your city, a major presidential debate, and the city is not zoned and coordinated for this production. Okay, so the city wasn't coordinated, wasn't zoned, nothing was happening. So I wrote about it in person in politics, as well as the mayor John has some issues with the terrorist events that happened that year following the debate was in August, September, October. The Nashville bombing was on Christmas Day in December. So there was a lot more other issues involved in that too as well that should have been handled and taken care of and taken into account. So they were going to be fine. Anyway, this is pretty much the only side that I can really just do this right now. So, but anyway, so that was kind of a little bit of the premise behind doing the book and being a little bit more involved in the context of being involved in the first aid. That's what I kind of continue to love what I do. So you're gonna have to bear with me. That is kind of the premise and the emotion behind what I continue loving to do, which is support people and being involved in a lot of events, which is doing first aid. I love doing first aid. I love being involved with other people. I love helping out the community and being involved. That's kind of what I love to do. At the same time, is so your first aid will provide emergency assistance on the scene like a regular EMS personnel. You respond to the issue, respond to the incident, and then you pretty much go from there, okay, as a coordinator in this incident. And so there's a couple other issues dealing with public safety issues on the street. At the same time, like I said before, I'm first aid public safety. I respond to it, make sure people are known about it, then coordinate it from there. So again, it was a little bit out of control, but I still could not handle it. Myself, I'm just one person by myself. But I can pretty much barely make note about the issue, address it, and then go from there. Okay, which is pretty much what first aid takes into importance. Make aware of the issue, address it, and then go from there. Okay. So that is kind of what happens, the notion behind first aid and continuing to love what I do. Okay, so I do it, and I'm also trying to do the same thing here with the Boston Marathon. I do the same thing with Boston Marathon. I'm gonna have to do another report about that too as well. So anyway, but I know nobody's chatting with me right now, but I hope you guys will chat with me later. So again, I love continuing loving what I do and being involved and helping out other people in the community, which is an honor. It's a great honor. It's great, and it's a great honor just being involved and being able to continue. Like I said before, doing first aid is you're almost on the same level, in the same realm as an EMS medical personnel, an EMS technician, or an EMS professional. At the same time as you're still trying to provide assistance where assistance is due and necessary. You try to coordinate things where it's necessary. Okay. Like I said before, I'm out here in the community. And I'm doing what I love. I'm doing what I can do, which is best. Okay. You can't take away from the fact that there was a terroristic event. You cannot take away from that fact, but you still have to address it somehow and make them known aware that other people can be made aware of the issue. And somehow provide provisions that it won't happen again. You can't take away from the fact that it did happen. Okay, understand this. You can't take away from the fact that it did happen. At the same time, though, you have to make it aware of the issue, address it, and then go from there. Okay, go from there. All right. Okay. So this is LaQueen Battle First Aid Responder Services. Again, I just saying that I love doing first aid is something that I love to do. Like I said before, providing first aid services is so providing first aid is something that I love to do. You always have to be, always have to be up to date with training and coordination. Okay, still being up to date with training and coordination, and then going from there as necessary and as needed. Okay. All right. So this is LaQueen Battle First Aid Responder Services. Please continue to keep me in your thoughts and prayers as much as I can. And then, all right, I will see you on the next book release. God bless. And you can visit it. It's available on Amazon. This book is available on Amazon too as well. And here is the link. Okay, you can buy it right there on that link. Click that link. Click the link above to purchase this on Amazon. Okay, click the link above to purchase this link on Amazon. All right. Okay. God bless you guys and take care and much love. Bye.